Hey pals, how are you doing? Last year on March the 1st, I had my first stage of buccal mucosa metoidioplasty. I'll illustrate with my hands so you kind of understand what I'm talking about a bit more. They took my existing penis that grew bigger from testosterone, and so if you imagine that is it, they made an incision down the middle of it to kind of open it up a bit, and then they took skin from the inside of my mouth, attached it here, and they kind of prepared it so that this would be my new urethra for peeing through in second stage. So my current urethra is about here, the front is like here, and my back is like down here, if that makes any sense. In the second stage they'll put a tube from my existing urethra through and kind of close it up again so that I can pee through the tip of my penis rather than from my urethra, which is here. I had that on March the 1st and I stayed in hospital for about 2 or 3 days down in London. I made a series of videos documenting my recovery process from like the week before I went into surgery to a couple of weeks afterwards. I also made an animation to kind of illustrate how the whole process works and what surgery does, so I'll leave the links to all those videos down below if you're interested. But today I wanted to talk about how I'm feeling 1 year post-op and plans about the future in terms of more surgery. So currently I have no pain. I felt back to normal about a month or two after everything had happened. When I came home from surgery, I was living on my own. My mum stayed with me for the first night, and I had a friend who lived upstairs who would come down and help me if I needed anything, like if I needed anything from the shops or if I just needed my hair to be played with and some company, which was really nice, and I think that helped a lot. I felt like I'd been punched in the jaw, like down here, and like I had a massive ulcer on the side of my cheek that just wasn't moving or going away, and nothing I could do would really stop it. No kind of pain medications. I was given some mouth rinse for the pain in my mouth, which kind of numbed it a little bit, but I ran out towards the end and I couldn't use anything anymore, and towards the very end of it healing, it was just so painful and it just made me want to cry, and it was just awful. But then suddenly within a week it kind of healed and stopped being so painful, and I could do everything I did before, and it was kind of just fine. The next painful thing was getting stitches out of my graft site. I've heard from a lot of guys that this is the most painful part, and I can agree that it was extremely painful and not what I was expecting at all. It felt like the nurse was pulling at my skin with tweezers as hard as possible. I thought that's what she was doing, and then she reassured me that it was just difficult and normal for it to be painful. And yeah, in terms of my lower graft site, on the underside it feels like scar tissue. It feels quite hard and firm and kind of bumpy as well, which I imagine is just normal. And I have a little kind of blister at the head, and I think that's where one of the stitches was. On the inside of my mouth I can feel the site, but it's not painful, or it doesn't restrict me from doing anything. I can open my mouth as wide as I used to be able to, but I can't puff my cheeks out as much as I used to. I have an appointment with the surgeon in a few weeks to discuss second stage, but I have to lose a certain amount of weight, as a lot of you already know, to get through second stage. I suppose the second stage is looking more at aesthetics and function, and they can only operate or work with a certain amount of fat that is in the area. They can perform a mons resection, which is where they take the fat out of your pubic mound to kind of make the penis appear a bit bigger, and functional when it comes to peeing. In order for me to go through that, the surgeon wants me to lose more weight. I haven't lost the amount of weight I need to lose, and I probably won't by the time I have the appointment, but I am still going to try and see when that is possible. I also did a Q&A on lower surgery, which I'll link down below if you've got more questions or want to know more about what's been going on. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're having a great day and a great week and a great month and a great everything, and I will speak to you soon.